Hello again, I'm Xiaoxian. Last time I've painted a single red rose, and today I'm going to paint a bunch of roses. Maybe you're thinking, wow, so many roses. It seems like the pencil sketch will take much time. Well, just take it easy. I will do this painting without drawing any pencil outlines. Do you want to see how I get this? Then keep watching. At the end of today's video, I'll give you some tips for making your flowers more lively and interesting. Those tips are kind of important when you're doing a painting with many similar objects. As you can see, it is in a top-down view, so it's full of red colors, which gives a really strong and hot feeling. I think this would be a wonderful greeting card again for Valentine's Day. I'm going to paint wet in wet, so I highly recommend that you prepare the palette firstly, so you'll have the basic colors to grab from and you can remix them very quickly while you're painting. For this painting, I prepared two color groups, the red and the dark one. Those colors are similar to the colors I used last time. You can find the colors again in the video description. Without a pencil sketch, I tend to begin with defining and checking the composition when doing the first layer. Use the lightest color mix to start with the rose in the middle, and then the roses around one by one. This is not only a process of creating a background, but also a process of creating the roses in your mind for the next steps. Also, you can familiarize yourself with your brush in this way. Then use a stronger red to do this again to leave a stronger impression of shapes in your mind. While it is still wet, drop in thick red colors to do some shading. Then start working with the details of the first rose. Make the deepest shadows with the deepest tones wet in wet. Blend it with another brush loaded with red colors. Keep doing it wet in wet, and keep it in mind that you are always loading your brush properly. In other words, you must be careful with the water density in your brush. Use the tissue to remove extra water. I decided to paint the first rose more carefully because it is in the middle of the picture. The second rose will be done more loosely. The paper is almost dry, so I just add the red colors again and draw the dark colors in right away to indicate the shape. Paint the other roses in these two kinds of ways. Remember to fill in the space between the roses with really dark colors to make the edges more clearly. That is kind of negative painting. Now, leave it to dry completely. Now it's dry and you can check your painting. If you think some areas need more contrast or they are not dark enough, then just wet your paper. Please do it very lightly to avoid loosening the underneath colors. And start working again. The water lines of the corrected areas would usually disappear after it's dry. Instead, if you find some shading areas are too dark or too stiff, then you can just lift them out. Use a clean, damp brush to rub the areas with the tip, and then move the colors with a clean tissue. In my case, the lifting has worked perfectly. Now refill with the colors I wanted. Now it's completed, and here are some tips for how to make the painting more lively and interesting. The principle is to make the roses different when you're repeating the process. Firstly, to make hard and soft edges. As you've seen before, I used different ways to paint the roses to create different effects. Secondly, remember to have light and dark areas in your picture. Last but not least, do some details to the shading areas. So, did you get it? Do have a go and you'll be surprised by the results. If you want to start with painting a single rose, you can watch my last video. I'm Xiaoxian. Give me a like and subscribe to my watercolor journal. See you next time.